Hello, this is Matt Reynoldson on my final mini case study of the Hollywood Shuttle for ALEC 477. In this case overview, Hollywood Shuttle is a convenience-based commuter airline between Las Vegas, Reno, San Francisco, and Palm Springs. It caters to first-class passengers, so those higher-end people, with comfortable seating and other extras. The workforce is pilots and flight attendants and support personnel. The company is providing a service that's available elsewhere and often cheaper, but customer service is a key to maintaining sales and profits for this higher-end thing because they can't compete with prices. All flights need to be full, and so that is a major concern of the company overall, and customer service, like I said, is very important. The flight attendants right now are in the midst of contract negotiations, and things are not necessarily going very well. A little bit about the industry. Price is a factor, but for this clientele, it's not as important as customer service. So these higher-end people would like to be treated with respect, with class, and get what they're paying for as far as customer service. If employees aren't happy, it becomes harder to provide great customer service. You see that all throughout the industry, but especially in this higher-end first-class thing like Hollywood Shuttle. Since you're going after such a niche market within a certain demographic, you must cater to the lifestyle and choices your clientele make. Competition is not driven by price, but by the way you do business, and Hollywood Shuttle has made their business this way. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is the contract negotiations, clearly. Flight attendants are dealing with looming burnout, a problem that can be a huge detriment to customer service if it goes on. The flight attendants don't want to leave the business, but they don't feel as if they're being treated fairly, and they feel as if they are burning out to this greater problem, this problem within the larger company. And if the flight attendants burn out, you don't have anybody to carry out the customer service, which is the biggest part of your organization. So the flight attendants, what do they need? They need better compensation. But the resources, they're not necessarily there right now. Not within the company, at least. Hollywood Shuttle, like I said earlier, needs to fill flights, but can't without great customer service. So what do? Upper management clearly needs to give more credence to the employees' grievances, in this case, the flight attendants who don't feel as if contract negotiations are going well because their grievances are not being heard. So how can we fix it? Here are two theories that we can work with that we have discussed throughout ALEC 477, theories that have shown up time and time again throughout the course. The first being the participative decision-making theory. So with that participative decision-making, it's exactly as it sounds. Involve the flight attendants with the decisions. Take their questions. Work with them to compromise towards some answers they want. And create a better understanding on both sides of the coin. So when the flight attendants are looking at it, they need to understand the concerns of upper management from a financial perspective. And when the upper management people are looking at it, they need to understand what it's like to be on the front lines, dealing with customers, and how are these people are feeling for not being compensated the way they feel is fair. And another theory we can use to work with this scenario is Pink's theory of motivation. Simple. I've mentioned it several times throughout the class. Create a sense of purpose by defining a mission and creating initiatives to carry out that mission. According to Latham, employees can be more motivated to do their job if they feel like they have a purpose to carry out the mission. You need to spark a desire for mastery by creating performance benchmarks through constructive performance reviews. So if you are constructive within your monthly, yearly, weekly, whatever performance reviews, whenever those tend to come up, if you are constructive but firm with those, it creates that desire for mastery. Create those benchmarks. Say, hey, we want to get here. Create this tangible evidence thing to get right there. And that sparks a desire for mastery within your employees. And then third, give opportunities through idea forums for employees to really desire that autonomy. Employees can create and execute projects that are for the good of the company. It doesn't all have to come from the top down. And if they can create and execute those initiatives, autonomy comes at its own way. How can we fix it? Other necessary changes are clearly pay your employees now. Worry about making financial ends meet later. Employees are the most important part of your business. You can't fill the planes unless you have that customer service that's really standing out above everybody else. So pay your employees, and customer service will come, and the financial ends will meet themselves. If they don't, then that's a conversation to have later. But right now, you need to pay your employees. And as far as creating unity within the workforce, this is another part of opening up those lines of communication between the upper management employees and the frontline employees. Company retreats, company vacations, company building. Use that to your advantage and do the best you can to fix these things. And those are the necessary changes that need to happen to make Hollywood Shuttle continue to grow and succeed within this competitive market.